I'm Bobby.
I'm Sarah. And this is BS. Wait, what? And
Oh God, it's only episode 2 and you already forgot the name of our podcast.
And this is BS with Bobby and Sarah.
The podcast where two friends just shoot the shit, catch up.
Mingle and tingle.
Mingle and tingle. And then at the end, we play a game. We figure out who's the better bullshitter in the game section. That's down the line.
This is only the second one. We're doing excellent.
The BS, last week, it stood for bologna sauce, as we discussed. This week, it stands for Bosnia and Serbia. Actually, no. We're not going to go to ethnic and regional tension. Although that is some bullshit. But I'm not going to get into it.
Some bullshit. How about some, not body butter?
No, save the rest for the other episodes.
Okay.
Actually, we do have notes from the editors. And
do we now?
Yeah, Bobby, your stories are boring as shit. So that's what they say BS stands for.
Oh my God. What was the name of that guy? I think we should fire him.
Harold?
He doesn't know stuff, yeah.
Actually, we should know.
Silly Harold. Maybe he was, in a fight with his wife again and just being angry about everything. And oh my God, I forgot to turn off our phones.
Both of our phones.
Silence!
And Sarah, the note from you was laughs so much, which is great, despite boring as shit stories from Bobby. So.
Well, then maybe I just find boring shit interesting.
I know.
Because, I can't force laughter.
Either way, it's good for me. It's good
Makes
for
you look
me.
good.
Thank you.
Or sound good. What note is this I have here? Birth info to Kirsten.
Are you sure that's not your to-do list and not the topics we're going to talk about?
I'm going to go birth some info for someone.
Birth some info.
We should create like a meaning to that. Like, what can we change?
What can we...
That's going to mean now. Like, if you want to say something, instead of saying the regular thing, you say, I'm just going to birth the info.
Oh, like spill the tea?
Yes.
Is birth the info the new spill the tea?
Oh, I think we just created it.
Oh, hell yeah. Birth the info, BTI.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was like, oh, did you hear about that Trina lady? Like, no, birth the info.
Yeah, BTW, BTI. By the way, birth that info.
Oh, this is perfect. It goes into something that annoys me and that I wanted to talk to you about and be like, does this BS you as well?
You got some bullshit?
I've got some bullshit, yeah.
Let's dive right into it.
When you're like watching a movie and there's a baby and it's born and then it cries, and the audio people insert like a toddler crying, they're like, no, it doesn't match, and that bugs me so much. I've had so much experience with children, and most people know what an infant cry sounds like, and it's not like, a 2-year-old.
See, I haven't had a lot of experience with a lot of children, and nor do I want to. So I stay away from infants. So I don't know if I've ever noticed that.
Yeah, I notice it all the time, and it's so annoying.
People, use real infants on your sets.
Just how hard is it to like make different files and be like, okay, this is from like 0 months to 2 months, and this is like 2 months to 4, because they change.
As soon as women pop those babies out,
so
we need
annoying.
them in the studio recording ADR.
Well, why don't we just go to the hospital and just get a bunch there, or at a daycare? You can't
just go around. Although
sure you can.
Last week we did talk about secretly recording people for their voices. I guess we can do it to babies. We can do it to infants.
There you go. Oh my gosh, that's actually really cute. Like, can you imagine like little 4-month-old in the booth, the sound booth with the headphones?
What were you watching that?
What was I watching?
What were you watching that made you think of that?
I don't remember. I think it's just one of those regular... Oh, I was thinking about pet peeves, and that is one of my major pet peeves.
Okay.
Just when it just doesn't match, doesn't go.
Some BS I learned is that I don't have any self-control when it comes to eating. I think I do, because at my place, I'm eating celery and peanut butter and like Rice Crisps. But then on the way here, coming to the studio, I was like feeling hungry, but I was also, feeling like I don't need food. But by the time I get here, I kept a note of what I ate as soon as I got to the studio.
Yeah.
At least 7 Starbursts. 5 marshmallows.
That's like a whole roll.
Hey, yeah, that makes it easy. Just get rid of all the evidence. And then a half a can of salt and vinegar Pringles. No, sorry.
A can?
Okay.
Oh, right.
A third of a can.
Okay. And I was like, what chips come in a can? But yeah, Pringles do.
So my summer bod is gonna go great.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wrong time to be eating that. Should have been a month ago.
So I only have self-control when there's nothing to control myself from.
When the temptation isn't actually there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, I think that's everyone's story, Bobby. You know, my mom doesn't. She hides the croissants when she buys them in our house.
Smart. I used to think I just had a good metabolism that I could just eat whatever I want, but now I'm getting old, and that's some bullshit.
And that is some bullshit. Like, why? You would think as they get older, your metabolism would get wiser and be like, okay, well, I know what this is now. She doesn't need that.
Like, no, all those things are
Bobby,
great.
We never learned.
Starburst, marshmallows, salt and vinegar. Maybe don't binge on them.
7 Starburst, I don't think is binging. I think.
Well, all that together, I just couldn't stop. The Starburst led to. The sweetness of the Starburst led to the salty of the Pringles.
Yeah.
Then I had to go back to sweets with the marshmallows. It was a vicious circle.
See, that's when, like, you know, your parents' little voices, like, you know, you're just hungry. Just eat something. Eat an actual meal.
I should have brought some celery with me. But I didn't.
Do you want to talk about your jury duty and your disappointment?
All right, listen. Jury duty might be boring to you, but it's kind of interesting to me. So I'm going to go through things really quickly. All right.
Yeah, and I think people are interested when people are interested in other stuff that they don't like, because they're gonna be like, "Why? What's wrong with this dude?"
And as we will discuss and have discussed, I'm a huge fucking nerd. I was in the science club, so I enjoy jury duty.
Bobby's a nerd.
I had jury duty, which a lot of people are fearful of. They hate it. They despise it. I was actually looking forward to it because about 12 years ago, I previously served on a jury, and I loved it. So, really looking forward to doing it again. There's 4 chances. First of all, you have to call in the night before. Mm-hmm. Depending on your juror number, you might not even have to go in. Thankfully, I cleared that hurdle, and I had to get called in. Once you're there, your number has to get called to go into the courtroom. Mm-hmm. So that's another chance. My number never got called. Ooh. And once you're in the courtroom, then there's like, I don't know, probably 30 of you. Your number has to get called, so you go in the chair. And then once you're in the chair, they have to decide that they like you enough to keep you on.
The chair of cheer.
The what?
The chair of cheer.
The chair of jeer?
The chair of cheer.
Yeah. The chair of cheer.
Yeah.
Exactly. I didn't make it that far. I only got up to the first one where I was called in.
You made it through the first gate. And
first gate, and I didn't even get to go through the other 3, so I was so disappointed.
Yeah, I guess that kind of works in a lot of people's favors, though, since a lot of people like prefer not to. They're like, yeah, I probably won't have to do it.
You should have heard the reactions when, by the time it was noon, 5 minutes to noon, they gave us all the announcement that there was only 2 courtrooms, and they chose everyone they wanted, so that completed our service.
Yeah.
Everyone was so happy and immediately started, and I was pissed. I was just sitting there. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
See, at that point, I'd be like, okay, it's noon. There goes half my day. I might as well do something. I want to be picked then.
I went to Taco Bell.
Okay, so it wasn't a day wasted.
To treat myself. Because I was so down in the dumps. There we go, about learning I have no self-control. Immediately wanted Taco Bell, and I went and got it. Have you ever served?
Yes. For a few years, I didn't know what the heck it was. So I just kind of like ignored the letters. I thought it was just
God.
Yeah, so luckily, I don't think they called my name or something, and I didn't have to, and they didn't like... Because I think you get fined, right? If you don't go, if you don't show up.
I don't know. I am such a good boy. I follow all the rules. When I get called in for jury duty, I perform that civic duty.
Well, I'm a rebel, and I throw away my mail that I don't understand, so...
A jury summons. Oh, this doesn't seem important.
I was like, who's jury? I don't know.
Why are they summoning me?
But finally, when I learned and I got one, I was like, oh, cool. This might be interesting. So I went in, and I sat in the room. So first, I did the phone call thing, so I passed that one. Then I did the thing where I sat in the room and just waited around to be called, and my number didn't get called. So I also only made it through the first gate.
Well, you completed your civic duty of going in there.
I did.
Getting paid, I don't know, probably $30.
I think it was $17.
$17?
I'm pretty sure.
That sounds about right. I don't know what I was thinking. 30. They just have money to throw at people.
Yeah, this was maybe like 7 years ago, 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So, inflation.
Yeah.
Did you get 30?
Oh, I don't know yet. It only happened on Monday. I don't know when I'm going to get that check.
Oh, okay.
When I served 12 years ago, it was really interesting. I was at college, so then I had my parents be like, he can't come. And they like deferred my time.
Yeah.
Till later. So I got reassigned a date in the summer.
Okay.
So I'm like, you know what? This is interesting. I don't have anything else to do. Why don't I enjoy it? My number gets called. I get chosen on a jury. It was really weird. Like 8 or 9 out of the 12 of us were like college aged.
Whoa.
Which seems really young, but I think
Yeah.
it was a case of they also got called while they were at college and then they came back.
Oh.
It was a medical malpractice case, which was really interesting. The entire week, they never once used the words medical malpractice. We didn't know.
Neither side?
Neither side.
Okay.
No. And we did not know how much she was asking for until like the 10 or 15 minutes before we went into deliberate.
Whoa. So that way you can't be like, no, that's too much money, or
well, the
that's
thing
not
was,
enough.
when I was going through selection, it was like an 80-year-old grandmother, like an 80-year-old Cuban American grandmother. And like, how can I not give her everything she wants?
Yes.
And
You
then
deserve the world.
throughout the week, I'm like, she went on vacation. She went back to Cuba and was visiting the beaches. And the crazy thing was, I'm trying to think of a quick way, because we talked about jury duty for a long time.
That's okay. We can call the episode Jury Duty.
It's your civic.
That's some B.
It's your civic duty to listen to this. How about that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Basically, the doctor cut one too many tubes. She
Oh.
cut one too many tubes, removing an organ,
Oh.
like an appendix. Or a gallbladder. She cut one too many snips, taking out that gallbladder, and the patient had to go through like an $80,000 surgery to fix it.
Shit.
We couldn't give the plaintiff, this poor Cuban grandma, we couldn't give her any money without saying that the doctor was negligent.
So it was either the
doctor was at fault.
fault and had to pay like at least that.
I don't think we were allowed to give her just the $80,000. I think we could only give her the full thing, but that would also require the doctor being called negligent, which we didn't think she was. Because it's not like she was like, snip, 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 I'm out of here, I got a golf game.
So you can't just be like, well, this happened, like, yeah, but it was a mistake, like it was an accident. It wasn't.
Don't think in our trial we could.
Whoa. So there's like no gray lines. It's just like either black or white.
I'm pretty sure.
Whoa.
This was the third time her case was being tried. We were the final say.
Oh.
And we said, grandma.
Oh, damn.
We didn't give her the money.
That sucks so much for her.
My favorite thing about jury duty is whenever we entered the room, everyone stood.
Ooh, I didn't know that happened.
The power.
Damn it, now I want to go to jury duty, but I want a good case.
I know. That was actually because I studied biology in college, and then this was, like an anatomy class, because they talked about all the things she had to cut in the surgery. If it was, I don't know, tort reform or like a corporate tax case or like murder, that would not have been as fun.
Oh, I would have fallen asleep.
So you never know.
Except for if it was a murder one. That one sounds like kind of fun.
No, that would have been like, what if it was, that would have been sad. Like, can jurors like openly cry?
I don't know. Maybe they ask you if you're emotional, if you're on your period or something. You won't, no cry.
Yes.
You hold that in.
No woman, no cry. The best part about serving on that jury duty is when I could actually talk about it with my parents. I mentioned the doctor's name, and they immediately recognized it as a doctor that performed a surgery on me like 6 years earlier.
No, Bobby.
I'd only met her
That's insane.
twice, and she was removing a cyst from the back of my head.
Okay.
So I couldn't even really see her because she was back there behind me. And, I mean, it wasn't anything wrong because I didn't recognize her. I didn't know anything about her. I just thought it was a crazy coincidence.
Hooray.
Girl, birth that info. We are making birth that info a thing.
Yes, we are. It's going to just watch.
Episode 2,
Just watch.
we already have a slogan and a catchphrase. We're going to put it on merch. If you see me in real life, just say, hey, Bobby, birth that info. Hey, Sarah.
Hashtag.
Birth. Oh, yeah. Hashtag birth that info. There's no way anyone else has that hashtag, and we can easily find
Excellent.
the 2 people who listen to that. One is probably like a 40-year-old woman in Nebraska. Hi, Janet. The other is...
Janet?
I don't know.
I think...
Someone also named Bobby.
And Sarah.
He's from Florida.
And they'll be like...
Sarah's from Nebraska. Bobby's from probably Port Lucie, Florida.
Port Lucie?
There's got to be one. Statistically, there's a Bobby in Port Lucie, Florida.
Port Lucie.
Is it St. Lucie? I don't want to sound like an idiot on my
Florida.
own podcast.
Well, where do you want to sound like an idiot? We can arrange it.
Port Lucie, Florida. Oh, Port St. Lucie.
Okay, you're not too off. Oh, and I spelled it with a Y.
Okay, statistically, there's at least one Bobby in Port St. Lucie.
Yes, statistically.
And statistically, one Sarah in Nebraska.
There's probably a ton of Sarahs in Nebraska. Ooh. What's with French posters? They're so popular, but like...
I think...
Why? Is it just the art?
I didn't expect to get into this today. On the wall of the studio, there is a French poster of a woman, a very fancy woman with a... What are those? Sunbrella. What are those called?
An umbrella?
No, there's a specific...
Parcel?
Yes.
Parcel?
Parasol.
A package.
There's a very fancy woman with a blue parasol drinking some liquor.
Yeah, it looks fancy. And
I do not know why.
she is pale as fuck. She needs to put that umbrella down.
She is as white as her dress. That was high class at the time, so now it's become collectible.
Yeah. Oh, okay, okay, collection stuff. I can see that. Yeah. You know what they remind me of? They remind me of my Guinness posters.
Don't know what you're talking about.
You do.
My Guinness?
Yeah, the one with like the pelican, or there's so many different my Guinness posters. I know you've seen it. Now I need you to see it.
I remember the Brilliant commercials. Brilliant!
I don't remember those. No, this isn't a commercial. It's just posters.
Where do you think I spend a lot of time?
See, like the ostrich one. You've seen these.
I have never seen these before
Bobby,
in my life.
You have seen these posters. I can guarantee it.
And maybe that one with pelicans.
You went to college and you went out to the bars.
I've seen like This Lovely Day for a Guinness one.
Okay, I don't think I've seen that one. Oh, that's cute. It's a big old toucan. Toucan Sam.
Moving on.
Let's.
So it took you like 30 miles to get to the studio today?
I forget that you do things in miles. I do things in time.
I was going to say, are you doing them in kilometers?
Oh my god, I wish I was that smart.
Oh my god, I was so confused. Time.
You did. You were like, well, wait, what?
It's like, you Mexicans really showing. Although, do they use kilometers down there?
Probably. No, yes, they do.
Yeah?
Yeah, the KM. Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Kilometros.
Canadians use kilometers as well, but British people will sometimes talk about miles per hour. It's very confusing over there.
Yeah.
Let's not go on that tangent.
I thought we were like, the US was the only place where they did in miles.
But so 30 miles or like an hour and 15 minutes to get here.
Yeah. Like
and 10. The microphone we're using today was in your car, which you were already out and about, so I was surprised that you had it. But you have this, would you say it's a mantra or a mentality of NUYC?
Yes.
Share what that stands for?
Yeah, and UIC, never unload your car, and then you're prepared for everything.
It's true.
You need a bra? There it is.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
You need stickers for your child? Here's a pack.
That's true if you're going to a child event and you don't have stickers.
Yes. You need to keep them little fuckers busy.
Dora the Explorer.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you want a little lion
Blue's
sticker?
Clues.
Blue's Clues. Oh, no.
How old am I? I'm saying how old. It's from decades ago. I don't know that. Pokemon.
I'm sure there's
the Pokemon
still Pokemon stickers, yeah.
Actually, I wouldn't give those to some little 7-year-old brat. I'd keep them for myself.
I never got into the whole Pokemon thing when I was younger.
Aren't you worried, though, that having all this stuff in your car, it's like, if your car will ever get broken into?
All the time.
Do you have a blanket to cover it up with?
I cover the important stuff.
Like the bra?
Yes.
And the stickers?
Because they're expensive. Like, yes.
Oh, okay.
No, not particularly my bras are expensive. They're actually the cheapest ones. But even that is expensive. It's just annoying to have to buy underwear. where was I going with that? Right. So I cover up all the goods.
With your bra.
With
That's how you cover up the goods.
and then people walking by are like, oh no, hell no, I don't want that.
Yeah. Actually, when I was outside the studio a few months ago, sometimes my fob doesn't work. And so I pressed the button thinking it locked it. One time I came out to my car and everything that was in my glove compartment was strewn about the car. It was the worst feeling.
I was gonna say,
I think it was
my heart.
It was probably just a crime of convenience. They saw that the little plunger was up, so that the door was unlocked. They're like, might as well look. I think the only thing they took was a flashlight. I didn't really have anything good. I don't really know, but if they took a document, they could know my name and my insurance information, which is kind of scared. But they didn't go into the back seat, which is where I actually had stuff like umbrellas or a little shovel or nothing of value.
Right.
Because I'm worried about that.
But still stuff that's going to be annoying to replace.
Exactly. But I just felt so violated. So the fact that you're like, never unload your car, I'm like, oh, living on the edge. Thankfully, you're not in the city, though.
No, not often. And I mean, now that I Uber so much, it's usually pretty clean. But, going to and from dog sittings, I take my stuff. And then this time, I had planned out a bunch of crafts to make. So I brought like 2 giant bins of like all my paints. And then like some bags of stuff with stickers and bags and
you got totes.
planners.
Totes on totes.
Totes on totes on totes. Oh my goodness.
We love a good tote.
I actually do love a good tote.
I know. I'm not joking either. NPR. If I could get an NPR tote for donating. If you donate to BS Podcast with Bobby and Sarah, you're going to get a tote.
Yeah.
So email us at bswithbspodcast@gmail.com.
Sweet. I'm going to donate. I want a tote.
Well, you're going to be the one making them, so make yourself one.
Great.
And always keep a tote in your car, and that is NUYC. Never unload your car.
Never unload your car.
By Sarah. Moving on.
Illinois Science Olympiad. Ooh,
today I'm wearing my Science Olympiad t-shirt. I calculated.
Nerd!
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. I calculated that this shirt is going on 17 or 18 years old.
Oh, and it still fits you. Oh.
And it's held up pretty well.
Nothing's flaking off of that.
If it's 18 years old, this shirt is legally an adult and now has to pay taxes.
Can help out a little bit around here.
But going back to the nerdness, yes, in high school I was a nerd. I was in the Science Olympiad, which is kind of like a science club.
Okay.
There were different tasks. Some you had to build a little like bridge out of balsa wood, and then you keep adding weight, and then you measure how strong your bridge is.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
How strong and light. You want a very light bridge that holds the most weight. I could never do that. I didn't have the patience for it. Some other ones, the ones I was into were like identify birds and bird calls, or like the geology one, the rocks.
Yeah, I like rocks.
So
I like a good sedimentary.
So as a hobby, I took more tests. I took more tests on identifying birds and rocks. Like, nerd alert.
Nerd alert.
The worst part of it was actually really fun.
That's what. Oh yeah, it actually sounds like a lot of friggin' fun.
And from that bird class in high school,
I
took ornithology in college.
Ooh.
And it was one of my favorite classes. I still have at least 100 bird calls on my iTunes.
Whoa. And count how many can you name by just listening?
I was never good then, and I'm not good now. So I was a huge nerd in high school. I love science. I was part of the Science Olympiad, and I still rocking the shirt 18 years later. What about it?
Yeah. Science nerd alert.
Exactly. What were you going to say about Olympiad?
Do they have Olympics?
It's more, I think Olympiad is kind of just the word for competition.
Oh. So you did do thingies.
Like mathletes.
Like content.
Like
yeah.
Athlete, mathlete.
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh my
Which,
gosh.
by the way, I also was a mathlete in high school. But only because...
This is even more nerdy than
First of all,
I expected.
I was never even good at math, so I don't know why I joined it. I think on the team,
That's crazy.
you needed 5 people, and it was just 2 girls, and they asked me if I wanted to. I'm like, sure, why not? So it was 3 of us in a competition. We never won anything. First of all, because we were dumb as hell. And secondly, because other teams were competing with a full deck, and like my brain, I was short of a few. You
were 2 cards.
I was 2 cards short.
You were just a 3 of clubs.
I would also, for the record, I was also a jock in high school, and I played sports. So.
What? Which one?
Like, you know.
Like synchronized swimming.
We didn't have a pool.
Oh, you did it?
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
Who do you think most of... Are you part of the 1% going to the school?
Apparently, because my school had a pool and tennis courts. Well, I think that came later, though.
I think most schools have tennis courts.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, at least we had a pool.
That's true. Not very many. I can't believe you had a pool. Did you have to go swimming in gym class, too?
Yeah, it was actually the worst.
Oh, that is horrible.
Can you imagine? Like a bunch of just, oh, no, it was
awkward
awful.
kids in front of each other. Like,
yep.
What if the boys got boners?
They probably did. Oh, and we had the perviest swim coach. I think he actually got, like, in trouble, like, in the past. And it was disgusting. Like, disgusting.
The way he would act. Well, it was one of ya.
Yeah. Well, it was fucking one of ya.
Disgusting. I don't really have that much else. What do you have?
Oh, we gotta do the game.
Yeah, should we get to the game?
Son of a monkey, where did I put the game?
Now's the segment where we play a game. This week, Sarah is going to try and make me look like a dumbass. What are we going to be playing this week?
Okay. Well, it was... I had the title of it, but I didn't put any of... It was Would You Rather.
You don't have any Would You Rathers?
Nope. I left it at my grandma's house because I was playing it with Belen on Tuesday. And she was loving it. But we could do the whole blindfold one. You want to do the blindfold one? I can find some stuff to make some noise.
It's for sounds?
Backpack. Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're going to pull stuff out of your backpack and make noise with them? Okay, this is a first.
Yes.
I mean, that's not surprising. It's only episode 2. Of course it's a first.
It's a second. It's a first game. Okay. Ooh, I know. I got the perfect thing. Oh God, I missed it.
You're only pulling one thing out?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It can be many things.
It's either a one shot, I win or I lose. All right, in this week, what are we going to do?
We're going to play Guess That Sound, which I will do some things to you.
Oh, whoa.
Well, I guess not do them, but do them at you.
Guess that sound. That's the sound of me screaming as you torture me. Is that
it's like tweeze your nose hair.
Oh.
Ah, surprise, bitch.
All right, so Sarah, you pulled things out of your backpack from your NUYC, never unload your car.
Never unload your car. Mm-hmm.
And they're going to make noise, and I'm blindfolded.
Yes.
And I'm going to have to guess what they are.
Yep. Okay.
All right.
So this one's tough because it's very... What should I say? Should I say anything? Because that might give you a clue.
Yeah, don't give me any clue until I need it.
Okay. All right, cool. So here goes.
Okay, it sounds like a pen, but it's not as loud and clicky.
Okay.
It's something that... Okay, I'm thinking of what you could possibly have, which that doesn't narrow it down at all because, as we discussed last week, order, never unload your car.
Never unloaded your car.
It sounds like a clip, like a chip clip. I'm going to go chip clip.
You're so close. I think I'm going to give it to you because you don't come across these very often because you don't have long hair.
Is it like a butterfly clip?
Yes. Yep. That's exactly what it is. So yeah, it's a clip for hair.
1 for 1.
1 for 1. Okay. So here's the next one.
Okay. That just sounds like a bigger hair clip.
It's not. And you actually... Oh, never mind. Okay, I'm going to give you the clue just because I already kind of half did it. You have one of these.
Is it another clicking thing, or are you... Does it make this noise on its own, or are you
I am moving it.
You're moving it.
Yes. And it's something that you could either leave it like this, or you can, alter. That's one clue. I can give you another one.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it.
It fits in my hand.
It doesn't help.
Okay. Yeah, I guess.
So does an orange. What?
It's in the electronic realm.
And did I give this to you?
No. A lot of people have this.
Is it an e-cigarette? Are you vaping?
Hell no.
I don't.
Used with electronics.
Used with electronics, do I shove it in something?
Something, yes. You shove it into something, and vice versa.
And things get shoved into it?
Yes. That's how it works.
Oh, USB. Yeah, USB.
Close,
thumb
but
drive.
No.
It's not a thumb drive?
Right world right there.
You shove it in a computer?
It's for the computer?
Say what now?
Yeah, it's for the computer. So now think about the whole plugging stuff.
Charger.
Yes.
It's a charger?
It's the little brick for the charger. Yeah.
Oh, that is... All right, so the little
prongs that fold down into it.
Okay, so prongs that you penetrate a wall outlet with. It was the sound of them going up and down, because for Apple products, they have to make everything nice and tight so you can actually depress the prongs. That was a nasty one.
Yeah, I almost brought a pen, but I was like, no, that's too easy.
I mean, you got one right there.
And you got me with really hard ones last game.
Okay, that's right. That is some bullshit, but you got me.
Yes.
All right.
Episode
2. We each got a point. I won last week. You won this week. The crazy thing is, both those sounded the same, so it was really hard to figure out.
It's like they sound the same, but they're different. She's saying different things. Yeah, these are completely different. I can't put this charger square brick on my head. And this one, look at that, so light and dewy.
I can look at that, but
right,
our listeners cannot. So let me paint a picture. Crazy woman putting butterfly barrettes in her hair. Is that what that's actually called?
I call it just a hair clip.
Oh, hair clip. I think the butterfly ones are the really teeny tiny ones that girls in the 90s used to.
Oh, and they were actually butterflies? Yep.
And sparkly.
And
that's what that is, ladies and gentlemen. Yes.
I don't have that. But I started that trend, I would have you think. I mean, no. Good Lord.
You would have me think that, but you'd fail. Next week, the studio, we might not have studio time, so we might have to film it in a library.
Oh, right.
One of those library free rooms. It's going to have to be by your place because I don't have a library card. And you know why?
Why?
I didn't know this until I moved in. I live in an unincorporated part of my town, which I should have known because there's no sidewalks.
Wait, is that is that a known thing? I didn't know that.
Pretty sure. Like if you're unincorporated, you don't have sidewalks. I guess around where we live, if you don't have sidewalks, it's a good chance that you might be unincorporated.
Oh, okay. All right. Might be a redneck.
Because you're not paying taxes to the city for the upkeep on those sidewalks. Mm-hmm. So I find out that I live in unincorporated part of my town. I found that out when I went to the library and tried to get a library card.
Wait, so they don't even honor the fact that you live nearby?
No, because it's not technically their town. I don't pay taxes to that town, and taxes.
Oh my gosh, that's so petty.
Well, I could have gotten one if I had paid, I believe it was 10% of my monthly rent.
What?
I think maybe it was a one-time fee.
Oh, okay.
But I wasn't going to pay $90 for a library card because sometimes I might want to take out a DVD of Shrek 2 for a hard copy.
It's the best of the Shreks, honestly.
So that was some bullshit. And more frustrating was earlier in the day, I went to the DMV to change my address to my new town and my new address solely to get that library card.
Oh, fuck.
So that was a really shitty day.
Oh, no.
And I don't know if it was a trifecta of that also that day or in that same week.
would have been so bummed.
I bought a city sticker for your car to register your car. You don't need one if you live in unincorporated. So that was really shitty.
So Bobby learned a lot that day.
Bobby learned a lot that day.
A lot of sad things.
Yeah. So yeah,
and then you still ended up there 5 years, 7 years, did you say?
5 years.
5 years. Springing into new things.
Springing into the new things. Here with BS with Bobby and Sarah.
That's BS. This isn't spring yet. Well, I guess not technically, but if the weather doesn't start getting better, I'm going to request another Halloween because I miss it.
You could still hold your own Halloween party. Like, why don't you just have a Halloween party in March?
Oh, I could do it for my birthday. Have a costume party.
I think that is what you should do for your birthday. Just don't have a normal birthday. Have a costume party. Halloween in April. You don't even have to.
No, and it's actually pretty, like, I think, well, not exactly, but it's 6 months apart. October from April.
Doesn't even have to be Halloween themed because Halloween, people are like, oh, there are pumpkins and spooky cats and candy.
I see.
Why not just a
like
costume
just
party?
a costume party? You know what I've always wanted to do? A costume party where you go as your favorite character of, it could be from a book, from a movie, from whatever, from life.
Cosplay.
But it has to be the opposite gender.
I think that would be really fun. Well, that's been another week here at BS with Bobby and Sarah. Thanks for joining us. Check us out on Instagram, BS with BS Podcast. Leave us a like, leave us some comments.
Do it. We miss you.
We don't know you, but we miss you.
We miss you a lot.
Suggest topics.
Yes. Tell us what you want us to BS about.
Tell us what you think is some bullshit. What do you want to hear us bullshit about? Also, what does BS stand for in your life? Does it stand for bologna sauce? Does it stand for boring as shit like my stories? Let me know.
Betty Sam.
Hit me up.
Tell us. We are curious.
Thanks
Why
for joining
does it have
us.
a hole here?
We'll see you next time. Oh, so you can stick your finger in and pull it out of the other box.
Oh, brilliant.
I know that because I did that.
Cool.
I hope I have clear audio of you saying, why does it have this hole here? Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time. I'm Bobby.
And I'm Sarah. It was a pleasure.
Now that's some BS.
Yeah, it is.
I love how you're always like, yeah. Yeah.